Everybody, hope you guys are doing well, and welcome to my review of The Good Place, season number 1. This show stars Kristen Bell, star from Frozen, and has 13 episodes. Season 2 is coming very soon and will be airing very soon. And this show was recently dropped on Netflix, and I'm going to review the show, and it'll be completely spoiler-free because I don't want to ruin the show for you guys. It's a really good show, so I don't want to ruin it for you. Also, it'll be uncut, mostly because I don't have the gear to do the editing right now. So it'll be mostly uncut, or it should be all uncut, actually. And let's just get into the review, guys. I'm going to start by talking a little bit about the story. So Kristen Bell, who's the main lead in this show, plays a lady named Eleanor Shellstrop. She wakes up one day and finds herself in a place called The Good Place, and this place is basically the afterlife. And as she goes on and finds things out or whatever, she kind of finds out that the people running the good place have supposedly mistaken her for someone that she is not. So that is quite an interesting premise and really got me in. So there are three different aspects, I'll say. There are three aspects that I want to talk about the show. That it's creativity, the fact that it's really clever, the fact that I think it's funny, like a comedy mixed bag, and I'll tell you what I mean by that in a bit. But starting with the first one, creative. This is a very specific concept, something also very hard to tackle since it does have some religious overtones. But I think if you go with what the show is and don't, have it, think about it, overthink it, I guess, and just accept the show for what it is. It sets up some scenarios and whatever. I think it's a really creative show, the way that they've, laid the show out. First of all, I really like the concept when they kind of start explaining a little bit about this afterlife thing, and the way that they visualized it, I thought was really, really creative. And the reason I think it's creative is because, you can do whatever you want when you want to, make the afterlife. But to put it in a comedy context, I think, is where the creativity comes in. And they did a lot of good things to basically turn this concept, which could be something kind of controversial, maybe a little bit serious-minded, and turned it really well and just kind of creatively used that concept and turned it into a great sitcom. And that's what I really thought about the show was creative. Also, the dialogues in the show are really, really funny. But I'll get to that again when we get to the comedy. But I thought that's also a creative aspect. And also clever. The show's very clever. It pokes fun at a lot of different things. And it isn't afraid to say what is on its mind. Although I will say season 1 kind of introduces some topics that I really hope that this show is able to, delve a little bit, just a little bit deeper into some religious topics and some perhaps touchy or controversial topics. I hope that this show has enough gumption to do that going on in season 2. I really like how they kind of poked around at those topics a little bit and brought up some interesting, thought-provoking questions, and I like where the show is headed, definitely. And within the season in itself, as I said, there's a lot of different things going on, and they're kind of prodding around a lot of different ideas, so I really enjoyed that. Most important thing at the end of the day is how funny is the show? Oh, it's pretty funny. I'd say it's actually one of the funniest shows that I think a lot of people said that it was one of the funniest shows of 2016. So I'm really excited to get to the next season as well. And basically, you have this really interesting scenario set up. And what they do with the scenario is also put in really, really interesting characters that make the show fun. Definitely my favorite character is the main lead, Eleanor Shellstrop. Kristen Bell, what an amazing actress, and she's really, really humorous in the show, and there's a bunch, this medley of really funny supporting characters. One of my other favorite characters, not to ruin her character, but her name is Janet, and I don't know the actress's name who played this character, but her character is really funny. There's also this other one named Jianyu, which I thought, and then there's some chemistry between Jianyu and Janet that gets really interesting and funny. So overall, it's a really funny show, and one of the important things is how well they implemented characters into the show. Also, it's kind of a mixed bag of comedy. They don't really just stick to the afterlife comedy routine. The whole show could just be poking fun at the afterlife concept, but the creators are smart enough and intelligent enough and clever enough to not just use this as a gimmick show, but to actually put in substance, comedic substance in it that is separate from the concept itself. So great characters, really good comedy, well written dialogue. I gotta say that too. It's really snappy dialogue. It's funny dialogue, and it uses its concept to its advantage, but doesn't let it turn into a gimmick, which is something I really enjoyed. So overall, it is a really fun show to watch. Very short show. Season 1 is really short, 13 episodes. Easy watch on Netflix. Finish it in 2 to 3 days. I think if you're a big binger, you can finish it even faster. So I really enjoyed it. Their ending of the show is something that I thought was interesting, but I feel like it could have been tackled a different way. I'm not going to give it away, but perhaps you have your own opinions. If you've seen the show, let's keep these comments spoiler free. So if you want to talk about the ending, don't ruin anything for people who haven't seen the show. But yeah, I think overall it's a really enjoyable show. I'm looking forward to see season 2. And I think at the end of the day, it was Kristen Bell that really made this show for me. Overall, I mean, everything else is great too, but Kristen Bell is really, really funny in the show. And I really enjoyed season 1. So yeah, guys, thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, do all those great things. Hit the post notification bell, little bell next to the subscribe button, so you know every time I post a video. Haven't done a lot of TV reviews. If you guys were following my Office reviews, by the way, I only reviewed it up till season 6. I'm really not planning to do a season 7 to 9 review because I feel that, the most reviewable material was from season 1 through 6. That said, I thought season 9 was really good, so there's kind of like a short sentence review for you. Season 7 and 8 were just kind of okay, kind of repetitive humor, so I kind of snuck that in there. If you really like my TV reviews, which I hope you do, you probably know also that I haven't done a lot of those since The Office one. This is my first one in a long time. Kind of because I haven't watched a lot of TV shows recently. I just started watching the Kimmy Schmidt show starring Ellie Kemper. Really enjoying that, episode 1 only, but it's kind of an interesting show. So hopefully if I, get onto that show and start watching it more, I'll have a review out for you guys. So again, guys, thank you so much for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. I probably already said that. And yeah, thanks for watching.